What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. A while ago, I said I would be selling this card after the WCQ, and I'm very much sticking to that. There's rabid demand, the price is creeping up even further into the next regional season, and Mulch Army Perulia is pretty much towards 70. Now, my personal thought is it will be in the 10s. Others are saying, no way, it's already been reprinted. They won't reprint it again so soon. I'm gonna go down the list again real quick for you. What was in last year's? Oh, triple tactic thrust in Maze of Millennia, and weird, it's right there in the 10s, and a double scoop of reprint into Bonanza. And who's to say they're going to stop doing rarity collections in Yu-Gi-Oh! With Starlights of some kind? Then, oh, there's Lightning Storm and King's Copium. Where did it end up? Secret rare in the 10s. All these world premiere sets tend to make a not so easy access version of the reprint, and then it goes back up in price so Konami can sell it again while using it to try to sell a product. That has been the cycle for some time, and it's no different here, at least in my opinion, but Konami can do whatever Konami wants, and they have not listed the sets in the 10s. I personally could see Starlight Mulch Armies in the 10s, and maybe them even pulling one of them out to put in the next 10 to do that we love to tie products together thing that Konami does, but I would think this would be the one that would make this year's 10s, and it is a very wanted reprint. But let me know what you think. Do you really think, after all these examples and educated guessing, yeah, it's gonna miss? Or do you think there's some vendors trying to sell these cards and make people feel a little bit better about it, and then they go, damn bro, those 10s had hands? Like, you know, I go back to Exodia Starlight, and I got the most pushback on that of, if there's a QCR, this is going to tank, and it tanked like $400. I feel like I'm seeing that same thing happen, but again, you don't know what Konami will do when it does come to reprints. Speaking of, I was right for the wrong reasons. On the last Market Watch, I said I would pick this up Starlight, especially over the Secret, because the Secret's gone up so much, and this would fall out less if something happened with it. Instead, the something that happened was a new Dominus card it can search, and it absolutely skyrocketed. So if you picked it up off the last video, congratulations, you got an easy double up, and they're actually selling in this range of 140, 150 when it was just 65, 70. I think that's ridiculous that it's actually getting that crazy of a sales rate, but I do think the new Dominus is a bit underestimated, as weird as it is to say. A lot of the community was arguing that it's bad when it's like this compulse that actually has some neat features, and again, you're going to see that kind of theory go through. Sometimes player brain is right, sometimes it's definitely wrong. I wanted to also highlight from last video, I said I'd be selling cards, and this is how I'm handling it exactly. I've been going through these boxes next to me and behind me, looking mainly for this card to sell to y'all for cheap. I've been selling them, as you see, first edition at $35, when they're selling for, right now, $65 about, and that is shipped price with tracking. I want to give back to y'all. I see too many creators that just juice their community, see them as nothing but numbers, and if you've been in my live streams over the years, you know I give back a ton to my community, and I want to continue to do that. I think I sold like 15 of these or something throughout the last 2 days, and I want to continue to look through and kind of try to do that hookup, but this is exactly the path of me not messing with the market, me making sure that I'm giving back, and also giving good deals, and also it's win-win. When I quit vending, these were like, I think bulk, like 10 cents, 25 cents. They were not a lot. So for me, I'm still making a good amount while also really hooking people up. I think the number one comment was like, I was dreading picking this one up. Thanks, John. I'm no angel either. Like I said, I'm still making money. It's not like a giveaway, but at the same time, I try to do good by y'all and be extremely transparent and not mess with the market. Also, this was a fun find. This was like a time capsule. So I stopped vending around ABC format because I saw how it could actually interfere with videos, and videos became a living for me along with streaming, and it wasn't worth it to me to be able to like mess with that when I could give y'all the deals first and then make my small percentage and not have to sit in an office with packages. I shipped out like 26 packages in one day, and I was like sweating by the end. It's 97 outside. right? It's getting hot in here from 2 computers running, all that. You all know the vendors in the chat, but this one is a crazy time capsule. $4 ultimate rare thought rulers and $3 DT, $2 secrets, and there were like 8 of them. I was just going through and showing people and also selling some of them, and yeah, it's just incredible to actually go through and see what's there. But I want to do again, right, I'm really inspired by creators like Moist, as well as the good old Ludwig, the mogul stuff, where they really push their money to give back to those around them, and I do think that's a way better way than tons of creators these days handle it. Herald of the Arklight quarter century secret rare is towards $50 freaking lowest. I believe this is for Yummy and playing it within it, so kind of a wild thing to see it just go off the charts like this. And against it, apparently people are playing Chain Disappearance, especially for when they're, what's the card? It's got the Fable on it. Oh, I'm boomering out so hard. It's Obedience School. There, I got it. Live editing done cheap. But seriously, this is a pretty cool card to see actually bounce back, because the last time I recall it actually being played was against Burning Abyss, and it kind of did some work. Number 61 Vulcasaurus. This is one I've always set aside. I found it weird they didn't reprint it, but I figured it's because of the burn aspect into the game. This one's getting bought out. I think that's for Canine Versus, if I'm not mistaken. Blue Eyes White Dragon Ultimate Rare has fallen down for all the light plays. I'm not wrong on the near mints, but I was right that if it had an Achilles heel, it would be that Achilles corner, and the damage coming out of the pack over and over and over on this card, and vendors don't want to deal with returns and percentages and all that, and waiting for their card to come back, maybe get even more damage by the person opening, and they're listing them at light play for those corners, and I think that's rightfully so. I think if a corner issue is that glaring, it should probably be listed as light play, and we see here again that, yeah, it's kind of wild when we compare to eBay. eBay's lowest buy it now is 200, and when you go on, you can see, yep, foil corner issue, a little peeling of the card there. Quality control is just so horrendous, and that's a lot of these listings. You can see the corner all the way on this one. There's a couple of clean-ish looking copies around, but it's a different beast on eBay and selling. So if you have this card, you might want to list it over there as an auction rather than actually going on here. I usually wouldn't suggest auctions, but every single one on eBay is hitting like above what it does on TCG Player, at least right now. El Shadol, when the quarter century secret rare went up alongside the Shadol fusion that we covered last time, so be aware of that. And we also have Shadol Beast super rare going way up towards $8. So yeah, you have more of the Shadol stuff that mixed in going up. It just makes sense. For past formats and I guess current, Monster Reborn quarter century secret rare is up towards 15 and quickly 18, and is getting a lot of sales at Bonanza, up at that $18 to $20 mark. Then we have the Zombie Vampire. I believe this is for Mitsurugi Orcust. It's just getting sales rates that are going up, and it's going up pretty consistently in price. But you can see here, actually, this one has come back down. I guess it's just the 10 version that's kind of, no, they both have similar graphs. Earlier, I guess there were filters on besides this that were sent to me, but the graph's actually more of this. Hey, more live editing done cheap. And finally, Gatling Dragon here is $30 for a common out of OTS pack. The legendary Joey's World one is way harder to get, but it's also just so down on listings. This is one that got left behind by Konami and all of those, you know, collections, the quarter century promotion. It just got fully ignored, and it's probably on the next list to Starlight or 30th or whatever. Be aware, $30 commons for these, absolutely ridiculous. Don't be passing them in the bulk piles, and you already should have known this one because it was like 7 to 8 a long time ago. It just is continuing to climb. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations, and birthday stream, it'll be a drunk one on the 20th. I'll see you there, probably 6 o'clock Central on Sunday.